When you're at your busiest, life crafting, whatever you're going to call it, do you pull out things you don't usually do? I've been finding myself do that. These are little thin dies. They go through a big shot or some kind of machine that presses out the paper into shapes. Well, yeah, I've been doing that along with 3 different kinds of journals I've been working on, along with dyeing paper with cabbage, red cabbage. That's happening in my kitchen right now. This stayed in the oven a little too long, but it was interesting. These came out beautifully unique. Same paper. It's all the same paper. It's all the same dye bath, so to speak. It's just the water from boiling red cabbage for an hour or so in the slow cooker. The house doesn't smell very good. I just thought I'd mention that since we don't have scent-o-vision. In this video, you're going to see one of the journals that I've been working on, and this is my Junk Journal Madness journal. It's the cover from a Reader's Digest book, and there are 2 signatures. Are we calling them signatures? I don't know. 2 accordion journals. They're secured by these little ties that I glued on at the back of each because I didn't want it just sort of flipping out. And this is hosted by Susan at I Totally Love It. And you can see how it just sort of opens up, and there's lots of space to work in here. In the challenge there, we need to do 11 things inside the journal that we're making, whatever kind we choose, and have 6 different kinds of material. So I'm on my way, getting there. Again, been working on 3 different ones. This is what I played with last night. And these are, this is a doily. Obviously, it's a paper doily. Our daughter, she had her 40th birthday last year. And I ordered all these doilies in the different sizes. And I saw a video, I'm going to link below to it, how to make a skirt out of a doily. And follow the lady's instructions on the video. I'll do it quickly here just because I can, but follow her instructions because you'll see what she's thinking as she does it. And as you can see when you're doing it, it's sort of too wide for my tag, so I just bent over the edges. But that's the general gist. She has nuances, including how to make the bodice. One of the videos I watched with Susan, and I totally love it, you know, like a turtle. She talked about the fabric that she chose for the outside of her journal. And she talked about Easter and how it's a very floral fabric, and how Easter and having flowers everywhere and our dresses. And it made me think of being a child and how my mom would sew me a new dress at Easter. So that made me go down a rabbit hole, pun intended, of what could I do to make dresses. So first I have these die cuts, and I'll show you how they go together. And then I created something completely different. So we have this doily dress, we have these die cut dresses, and then, because that wasn't enough, I decided that I'd see what, do you remember when we were little? And I'm reaching across to my very, very full table beside me that should be empty but isn't. Paper dolls. Do you remember paper dolls? I made them. Yeah, with dresses that'll fit on them. And I thought that needs to go in the journal, in the Easter journal, just as a little homage to when we were little. I don't know about you, but for me, Easter was special, and I'd get a new dress, and it would be sometimes frilly, sometimes plain. Probably it meant whatever my mother could afford that time of that year. You'd always have a little Easter bag or a basket, Easter basket. So let's just play a little bit, and I'll show you these die cuts. I'll link below to where I got them. It's an Amazon thing. I had just a piece of this left over. The 2 circles were already gone. And so I took the rest of the dies out. I scrolled to get rid of it. Oh, this is supposed to be down, so I remember where the middle of my screen is. Whether that works or not, I don't know. It comes with this is the nice part about having a double-sided piece of paper. One side is a contrast to the other. And this, they're awfully small. Maybe that's one reason I don't work with dies very often, because they're small and they take patience. And I don't always have the patience necessary. But it gives you an idea. And this die cut, it has little bows. So there's one. Here's another. It has 2 sides. That fit on either side. If you like fiddly. Someone who's really good at doing die cuts is Celeste at Woodland Inspired. Now, right now, she's not at home in her craft room. She's elsewhere, but usually she sells some on Etsy. All her die cuts. And her attention to detail is beautiful. Mine, not so much. It's okay, it's fine. I can do a couple of them, and then I get tired of it. Now I can put it like this, or I can put it like this. Which would you choose? I think I'm going to choose the other side. Like this. So now we have a dress here, an Easter dress. I think I'm going to put the red bow out. Like this. There we go. Two dresses. What else do we have? Ah, this thing is really cool. It is, if you notice, here, my dress is, it looks like it's on a form. So that's what this die cut piece is for. A form. Where's the bottom part of the form? There it is. I probably wouldn't let my grandchildren play with these, or my grandson wouldn't be interested unless there was a dinosaur involved. But my granddaughter, she is very much into clothing, so she'll be interested in this, but it's pretty fiddly for her. So see, you can pretend it's fitting on the form, or you can have the form beside. And then some little bunnies running around. Okay, let's make a little tag out of the paper that is dyed with some blue. Would blue go better? Or would purple? It's very different, isn't it? I also have avocado dyed paper, but it is put away right now. This is one of the... Maybe I should just use one of these. I think the color goes better for these dresses. Thoughts? Let's do this. And then it truly is a junk mail, junk journal. All right, let's say I was just going to do one side. I could have here. Well, it could be a double-sided tag. This could go in the bottom. There, a little purse here. I don't need to worry about this time around. I'm just measuring the length of the, so let's, here. I'm going to make this the entire tag, and it's going to be interesting. Let's put this here, and we'll put this here, and a little bit of a hat and a little purse. We've got a hat, we have a purse, we have a, and this piece of the envelope that was dyed with avocado. These, I still have the skins, but this in the freezer, but this was just the pits of the avocado. And when I did the research on it, it was supposed to, oh, look at that little bunny. This is a piece of paper napkin I got from the Dollar Tree just this week. Let's put this here. I forget what I was saying, sorry. The pits are supposed to be more pink. If you put the skins in, it's supposed to be more peach color, an orange in the, and when I do the skins, I'll find out, I guess. So just a little bit of, this is going to be a tip out. There. I don't know what I'm going to put on the other side. But you see, you can fill in all kinds of things. This is some ribbon I got at the Dollar Tree. This is, I did this last week in the journal. But here we are. We've got a little tip-in item. Somewhere I'm going to put this. Now the next question is, what about these paper dolls? By the way, this is a freebie. I am going to have it available for you, and the information will be below in the description where it says more below the title. Click that, and that takes you to the description. I'll also try and leave it in the first comment, but yeah. Let's cut these out. I won't make you watch. And I'll come back when they're cut out. Here we go. Some of them, anyhow. Not all of them. Let's make a tag from the dyed and make it fit in the journal. Maybe I'll make a little pocket where the extra dresses can go. Let's put it on this side. Here maybe. This is tea dye and Easter egg dye, but I set the stencil down and I used a spray bottle to spritz it. And that's where you get the variation. You can see literally the spritzing. I did that last Easter. So now it's time to do it again. This up like this. And I know I want to tuck this in like this. So it's going to hold the paper doll and the extra dresses. And I'm going to remove this, just cut it out because it's a little extra we don't need. I'll use it for something else. There, like so. And it can be, I will use some washi or something, a hinge. So let's just put her in like so. Now, what should we dress this little one in? How about something really fancy? I think I've got it really fancy. There, the yellow. You can't get much more fancy than that. Here we are. We'll just tuck her in. What I'm going to do is, it should be this way. Or like this. So I made washi, faux washi. Let me see if I can find them for the envelope journal. I wonder if any of these would work. Possibly. They might work fine. I'm going to use this one here. This is very sheer masking tape, and then I used watercolor over top because I like using washi tape. It's just one of my go-tos. Yes, there we go. That's good. And see, it's making. Okay, now we don't want her to tip out all the time. She's in here, like so. And the extra dresses. How can we put the extra dresses and where can we put them? Looks like she's going to have to be in the actual tip place. Let's put I know what I can do. I have a piece of tracing paper here. Right here. because I want to be able to see the dresses. Let's put some tracing paper there. Tear it. Tuck here. How's that? Is that going to work? Oh, it's a little too wide. Okay, let's give it some. There. How's that? Not straight. I can't even fold things straight. Obviously, if I tried to cut them, I would have just as much of an issue. All right, here, making a pocket. And let's put it here. Oh, I'm doing it on the wrong side. Can't see. There we go. And can't forget the bottom, otherwise they're all going to fall out the bottom. This small tip, narrow tip, is brilliant. It's so helpful. And then we have a place to put all the little bits and pieces. I think I'll put the bunny here. Oh, let's take the lid off. So this is Friday. I make videos twice a week, on Tuesdays and on Fridays. Yeah, I'm cutting it close to the wire again. I usually try and do my video way before this time on a Friday. I think it's noon hour or shortly thereafter. But I have been working hard. I've been playing with a lot of different papers. And I know most people wouldn't call that working, but it is a task that I've given myself. So dresses, Easter dresses, that's in the Easter journal. And if you would like to play with your own, put something somewhere, the link will be available to get it for free. I enjoyed making it. So you can see I have this. This is Amy at Crafty Cat. She has 50 stack challenge. This is the first and the second challenge prompts. We have rust, and I realized I don't have anything that's rusty. This is as close as I got, was this bulb bin. And puzzle piece. So that's for that. Enjoy and dream. This is going to go in there somewhere. And we have, let's find the other dresses. The doily dress, the link to the lady that made these in detail is going to be in the description. This are die cuts, and I will link to those on Amazon also. I don't have an affiliate or anything. I'm just me. This is a Canadian stamp envelope. This was from my mother when I moved her out of her condo. Sorry, that was from one assisted living to long-term care. She had a bunch of American U.S. stamps. I don't know why. I think she thought she needed a U.S. stamp to send things to us in the U.S., but I kept it, just reminding me that she worked hard to stay in touch while her memory was still okay. Did I show you this? This is a freebie from BeeHappyStationery on her Ko-fi site. So I had the page printed out like this, and I just pulled it apart. I had some for the Easter egg die cuts and tag and a second tag. Yeah. So I'll link to that also. Sandra at BeeHappyStationery. It's on her Ko-fi page. Ko-fi? I don't know what it's called. So there we go. And this is the Friday video. We're working in the Junk Journal Madness Easter Journal. Oh, I lost my placeholder for where the middle of the screen is. Take care. I'm Lori at Positive Thanks Living. See you again soon and happy crafting.